Sports seemed to come quite easily to me. I was in construction beforehand, and then suddenly I had the opportunity to go professional in rugby. I just sort of took to it straight away and enjoyed the game. I've met some great people around the world. You're with your friends, you're training, you're having fun. It was like playtime at school until I was 35 years old. My highlights were my first cap for England and winning the World Cup for England, which is, a massive honour, and I was quite lucky to be part of that squad. The actual team ethos in rugby is something that I live by now. Rugby is a big collision sport. There are injuries. So I went for a total disability insurance, but as in a professional sportsman. I was very lucky for 8 years. I never got any injuries, and all of a sudden I broke my neck, and overnight my career's finished. I had to have a total disc replacement and got injured on the Saturday, told on Monday that my career was over. You look at, I was 27, 28 years old. And then because I had that insurance in place, that got paid within 4 weeks, 5 weeks. A year later, I wanted to get back into rugby, thought I had unfinished business. And that's what I've done. I got to pull on the England shirt again and play at Twickenham, and that was the biggest dream for me, was to get back after my injury. 4 years later, injured my neck again, but luckily I had another policy in that paid me monthly until I got back into full-time work. And it was only because I had a good mentor in the rugby, and it was someone that really went there and said, you need this. You actually sit down after a while and just thought, wow, if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't listened to someone else that actually did know better rather than think I knew better myself, I'd have probably gone straight back on the tools and gone back to building. The most important thing for me is my family. My 2 daughters don't really know what Dad done in the past. One's 18 months and the other one's 3.5. And my 3-year-old sees me on TV and says, oh, that's Daddy. He's on TV and things like that. I'm married to a girl from Liverpool. We met at the World Cup. I was playing there for England, and that's how we got together. And that's what I've found quite easy, of the transition of getting away from rugby. I moved away from London over to the UAE. I live life to give my children a better life than I had. It's all about having the right things in place that you can relax and enjoy life. You don't want to always worry at what's around the corner. If you've planned for the future, and if good or bad something happens, you've got it in the plan, so you can just keep the same life. I don't want my children to have everything and then take it all away from them. It's like in any walks of life. Anything can happen, and all of a sudden you're out of a job, and all of a sudden that pressure of having to earn for your family or earn for yourself just gets greater and greater, and the insurances are there to ensure that you can be a bit more comfortable. And that's the worrying thing. Sometimes it's always something bad that happens for everyone to wake up around you and actually look at it, whereas to plan for the future is one thing you need to do, and make sure that yourself and your family are safe.